Have you lost the connection with your higher self? Are you noticing the dis-ease of the outside world? It's time to reconnect with nature and each other and raise our consciousness, vibration, and frequency. Together we can create a world of peace and abundance. It's Spiritual Revolution Radio with your host, Dr. Will Miller.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Spiritual Revolution Radio today, the podcast. My guest is Nicole Ashton. She's a good friend and an amazing, internationally renowned healer. And we are going to talk about really what's going on in the world. And as we talk to, as you talk to your clients and as you talk to other healers and light workers, what are they looking for most right now? And what do they need to kind of like make it through what seems to be this really foggy state that we're all in and struggling with?
Isn't that just the foggy state is so beautiful? That is like the moment that expansion happens. As I'm sitting with the clients, it's hope. They're asking for hope. And my sessions are usually an hour long, and I will listen very closely and feel their words, and it is been repetitive, that hope, the hope that there's something different, that they are ascending or they are advancing, or there's something going right now. And then the light workers, it's safety. So they're kind of in two different realms right now, or two different areas of expansion here on Earth. And I feel like it's because at a certain level of light, when you're a spiritual worker, you start feeling unsafe because probably in the past you were. To shine, you would be teased. To share your intelligence or to share what about the unknown has always been stereotyped as weird or crazy. And so now that the light workers and way showers and seeders of light and so on are wanting to share their gifts, because your gifts are so precious and we've kept them so treasured into our hearts, and now it's time to share them. I'm finding that the workers or the way showers are they don't feel safe doing it. And then the clients or the people that are just waking up or just learning about chakras, energy centers, and wills, realizing there's something more. It's hope. It's giving them hope. They want more of that. So the more that they come and they experience the light and they experience themselves, because what I do is I connect you to you. This is your design. You designed it before you came here. And so I find when people are fully stepping in or embodying in their own light, their you-ness, they'll realize how beautiful that is and the universe is within. And so for me, it is those two words have stuck out the most, is the hope and safety. And
safety really, you're just talking about the safety and being able to shine and show their gift and really share. I call it planting seeds, right? We should all go around planting as many seeds as we can with whoever we talk to, but feeling safe to do that. That's what you mean.
And the most amazing thing is sowing seeds just like triggered this beautiful experience of this sense of wonder. And that's right? So that when you're out and you're enjoying life and you're just seeding those lights, that sense of wonder. I wonder what's going to happen when I do this, when I share my light here, and when I be my authentic self and step into my purposes or my gifts and abilities. That sense of wonder is one of the senses that I feel most people hide or they forget they have. So the art of remembering that your unconditional love and everything that you do is to experience love here on earth. And I feel a big, huge thing that people are missing is self-love. You get so into assisting other people, into your work, into the world is in a chaotic state, and so I find that people will want to assist more. It makes them feel good. It brings joy, and I'm guilty of it. That the person that you think of the last is you, until you're like, oh my goodness, the only time I'm finding joy is when other people are in joy, and you forget that you get the opportunity to be here and share your light and shine your gifts. And so a lot of people are in that state right now. The people that I talk with, are in that state of forgetting, and they're like reaching out to remember what is it that I'm here for. So light workers, way showers, seeders, bridgers of light are all bearers of light, and so on, of all different levels of experience here. I work with atheists, I work with all these different, I work with religious people, I work with spiritual people. I don't see a difference between any of them because I see their light within inside of them that shines so bright. And so we find what path creates joy within inside of that experience of the individual person. However, there's a pretty big number of people either quitting working, which we need the light workers. We need you. We need the unconditional love, the divine light, that spark, that soul spark, so people can wake up and Mother Gaia can ascend. So I'm finding that they're checking out, and some of them are doing it on purpose. A lot of light workers now have the idea of disease because it's become too hard. So.
Well, and I think, it's just not, it's, light workers are doing it, but it seems to be a trend among everyone, right? Everybody seems to be checking out of work, out of their life experience period. And I think it's that's mind disease, if you will, that's going on right now. This fear mongering, this mind disease that has been created, is now taking people to a point where even the light workers are just like, I don't want to be involved in this, and they do want to feel safe to bring that out. And I look at how the world's gone. It seemed like everything was moving along great, and more people were feeling safe kind of coming out and understanding. I mean, I look at most kids nowadays are all gifted, almost every one of them that I run into.
Yes, they are.
And they've been put into a place with everything that's going on of fear. And really on the other side of that fear is everything we want and need, right? Everything we've ever wanted is on the other side of fear. And how do people get past that fear? How do these light workers then get back into this? Because it's so needed. Like you were just saying, it is so needed. Please don't stop. We need to spread more and more of it, right? So what is it people can do to overcome this fear? And I think you kind of hit into it a minute ago when you were talking about unconditional love, but let's talk about that for a minute. What can we do on a daily basis to kind of get centered, to not, to feel that self-love, but also center ourselves for love of others? What can we do?
I found it's baby steps. It's little steps at a time. Start. There's the first thing you got to do is start doing something that you wanted to do. Mine was the gym today. I stopped for like 3 weeks because of life. And I was going very little. And today I was tired. I ate too much sugar over the weekend. And I'm like, no, you get up and you do it. And you just like shut that brain down and go into that heart space and move. It is, and that's how simple is that? One little thing to go to the gym, and then I started going I went for my walk and the things that I wasn't doing, that I was dreading. And it's simple, but in individual lives, think how many times that you wait for the perfect moment to start. There isn't one. It's just do it. If not now, then when? And really now is the only present. It's only thing you have. As far as the children go and their fear, we got to not put that on them, that they don't know better, or that they aren't being born equipped with knowing already what is happening here. So there's a fear that we've been taught they don't have. So the children's makeup, their biological, their sacred geometrical signs inside of their body, which those who know me know that I see inside the body, and that's how I do the journey to ascension and the healings that I do. But when I witness the children, because I work with a lot of children with disabilities, I recognize that their makeup, their foundation, their fundamental essences inside of them are different than ours, and the attraction that they have to joy and to overcome what the idea of fear is remarkable. So to give them that awe, learn from your children. We still have to raise and do what you do as an adult, but listen to their inner workings. Like the empaths that children are right now are just profound. And I'm seeing it in my own grandson and my grandkids, but I had my grandbabies. But I had one come and stay with me, my first grandson, come and stay the weekend. And I heard his feelings because I asked him to go. I said, just a second, Grandma's working, go sit down for a minute. And I see him over there just with the booger lip. Just so sad. And I walk over and I said, Ronan, what's wrong? And he said, you really hurt my feelings. You almost broke my heart. Oh, my gosh. I was like, oh, my heart, and it made me, it brought it to reality in my own home space, with my children, that they are empaths. They're very empathic, and they feel and sense more than we even understand yet.
Yeah, I agree.
And so to give that, give them that wiggle room to share with you how they are feeling, and honor that they don't feel like you do, and their senses are so much more expanded.
I think, you make a good point. And I look at it, I'm a little older, and we both have grandkids. And I look at my grandkids, and they're in the same space. They're so gifted, and my kids, and your children. I know some of your children, all your children. I know all your children. Our children are so gifted compared to where we were at, and it just seemed like it took us a long time to get where we're at versus where they're so far ahead of us. And I think our job then becomes really kind of becoming that living example of what humanity can be. Somebody's got to start it. And I think it really starts with us, and then our kids and our grandkids will all bring that into fruition as time goes on. So many of my friends that are light workers and healers and quantum physicists and all the other things that they do are trying to share their peace. But really that's the best thing we can do, is be that living example, understanding that no one's coming to save us. No one's going to appear. The aliens aren't going to appear tomorrow in their spaceships and save us from everything going on, right? From the fear. It is our job to do that. And it has to start with us. And really through that living example, we're here to redesign and redefine the boundaries of humanity, right? So if we're not going to start, like you said a little while ago, the first thing you got to do is just start. Have the intent, and every day, whether you're trying to overcome the fear that people are trying to bring upon us, that this mind virus, if you will, that's brought upon us, move forward, do something, go to the gym, spend time with someone in need, or whatever it takes to move forward every single day.
So interesting, the little things that propel you forward in redesigning and repurposing your life, the life experience here. Like these braces, where for one, I wasn't going to show up. I was like, I'm going to wait until these get off before I share the message, and I'm going to get my teeth done, and then, because these silly braces, I can't talk. And Spirit told me this morning, you are the message. Does that shift your message is what's on your face, And that, why I share that is because a lot of, how many people wait for the perfect timing, the perfect moment, the perfect look, the perfect this, that. There is no perfect moment. And when Spirit is ushering you to go. Like when you're getting that intuition saying, get on that airplane, go to Taiwan. If you're get on the airplane and go here, go there, that's when your greatest expansions are happening, is when you just go with that flow. And a lot of things I've done, I should have been really fearful to go to Uganda and things that I've gone to, but I expanded so much there. So these little things, those are huge, and why huge moments, and why I bring those up is because it is the little moments of just saying, Nicole, show up, something amazing is going to happen, and share the message, be the message, And so it circles around to that little self-love. Get up in the morning, unconditionally love yourself. Take that 5 minutes. If you don't have 5 or 10 minutes in your day to take care of yourself, unconditionally love you, meditate. Meditation looks at all ways. You can walk, you can read a book. If you can't, even one passage, if you don't have that in your daytime, you really get to relook and revisit at your life, because there's no happy or joy moments. Those moments are the pauses. So that's those like you're in the void of creation when you take that time just to stop, be present with yourself, and unconditionally love you in whatever way that feels like.
Well, and I find, I try to get into those moments, and for some reason you're just not there. Your brain doesn't want to work, or I sit down to write or to record a training session or whatever it happens to be, and you struggle, and I find sometimes if you'll just, and it depends on how you take this break, but if you'll just take a moment really, and meditation works really well for me, but I like meditation with intent. I like to remember that how I program my reality is exactly how life around me will respond, right? And I have to remind myself of that every day,
Right.
as I get up through that. And then I'll get busy with something, and I'll be busy doing something, and all of a sudden that creative part of me turns on, and instead of jumping to it, which I should do, right? I should jump, like you say, in that moment when when you're open and that creation begins to happen. Instead of jumping to it, I'm like, oh, I'm really busy, doing the dishes right now. I can't do, or whatever it is. You may be out with friends, whatever it happens to be. But it's those moments of creativity that hit us, because there is this mind virus that creates this fog, creates chaos. Without chaos, there can be no change, though. That's what we need to remember. We need to remember that when those moments turn on, we need to really take advantage of them and really then share and create in those moments.
And the most amazing thing is that is unconditional love all around, because you're taking time for you. I mean, unconditional love is fierce sometimes. Sometimes you have to say no to others and yourself. Like, that's part of this big expansion. But those moments are very important to take. When I can remember when I was on Greg Braden's stage and they were asking me, I was shaking like a leaf. I was so scared because I had not been on stage before. And my only intent was to tell him thank you and give gratitude to him. And so going to the seminar, that's all I wanted to do. Well, I ended up on his stage. And I remember before he taught anything, I was shaking. They put the monitors on me. And this is what I did, is I touched, and why I'm sharing this is because these machines actually shows it works. But I took 3 deep breaths in, and I touched my chest, and I'm like, feeling gratitude. I'm like, what is the message? What is the intention that you're here? Feel that. And I went immediately into just a very calm space, and on this machine just showed my whole body. My brain and heart, they just went into coherence really quickly. And he asked how I did that. And that's when I shared with him the gratitude. I'm in so much gratitude. I'm walking and talking today because I watched one of your videos right after I died and came back. So that's what I learned 5-7 years ago. I can't remember, but is that you just touch your heart and you'll feel that. Ask yourself, because you're in charge of your intention, and you being here in unconditional love is what you're created in and built of. So you touch your heart, you ask first, will your chakras into alignment. You have that. You can will them, your energy into alignment, and then feel that happen. Trust it, believe it, feel it through. Like right now, do it. Touch your heart and I will my chakras into alignment. That is the energy centers inside of your body, and you'll feel that.
Well, we're divine. And I was talking about this on my radio show yesterday. We are divine. We're divine creations. We're divine creators. And we're all connected. We're connected to nature. We're connected to energy, to the universe. And the minute you will it or command it, if you will, some people say request, that's fine too. But request alignment and believe that everything's available to you, that brings everything into alignment, and then see that happening. See that in your mind's eye immediately happening. And that is what we need to do to ourselves, or for ourselves, every single day, right?
You deserve to be aligned. And when
right.
you say that, I am is the most important words and powerful words in the universe. And so as you say, I am aligned. You feel that within inside of your soul, and as you're tapping your heart, you will become aligned, and you will all then the remembrance of who you are and why you're here. You'll feel your biophotons open up and expand, and you'll feel that how important that you are, because people don't, or most of us, almost everybody, don't remember how the miracle that they are, the very essence that they are here is for the greater purpose. And the most amazing thing is when people are in conflict, it's so interesting to me, because when one evolves, we all evolve. So that's just the pattern, and that's how it is. That's a universal law. So when you're witnessing someone else's expansion and growth and unconditional love, you're witnessing your own. So to assist somebody in that process of ascension, that journey to ascension of unconditional love and being, you yourself plus everyone you love and universal, you are being your purpose. And it all starts with unconditional love, because that is the fifth dimension. That is what we're moving into. Some of us are already there, assisting people to get there, but the fundamental of that is that you're in charge. And people have asked me quite often about what their life is certain ways. They're like, I'm living the light. I'm the living transmission of light. I'm doing amazing things. Why isn't my life aligned? And it's those baby steps. Again, I'm aligned. Remind yourself in the morning that you're aligned. Remind yourself that you have choice. So each of your days, the things that you're choosing, if you're not liking the outcome or what the reality is around you, then ask yourself, well, how am I showing up?
Yeah, exactly. What choices am I making?
Yeah, because that's a personal choice. And you're right. No one's here to save you. You came here to save yourself, so you can learn and know and remember that you have that power within you, because you grow here and you grow there, and we all grow. And it's fascinating, and it's so romantic to watch people grow and expand. And the thing that one of the takeaways today is, no, we're all different. So your expansion doesn't look like mine doesn't look like yours. And so honoring each other in that space, and unconditional love means there's no judgment. They don't exist in the same energy frequency at all. So as you're raising your vibration and you're loving people unconditionally, there's not even an opportunity for forgiveness, because you never judged them in the first place. And so it's instantaneously love, and it's like the most romantic thing I've ever seen in my life, to experience and watch somebody expand and remember self-love.
And I think that's so important, because you don't have to worry about hurting someone's feelings or any of those things going on when you are in unconditional love. And really, unconditional love is that essence that should be created in every relationship we have and in everything we do. We're getting down to about 2 minutes. I really think that I want to kind of leave this takeaway with everyone. Welcome the difficult times. It's our greatest teacher, and that's what we're truly all here for, is to help the next group, the next generation that's really going to change our direction and the world through these difficult times and through our examples. Tell people how they can get a hold of you real quick, Nicole.
I'm Nicole Ashton, and you can find me at energyhealingbydesign.com, or I'm on Facebook, Nicole Ashton.
And you're taking clients right now and still doing your healing all over the place, right?
Yeah, I still am doing it all over. I'm still traveling. I'm still doing online classes and healings. I also do classes every once in a while. So if you go to energyhealingbydesign.com, you will see the updated. And I'm getting a new office. It's a Stargate. So I have all these amazing, this lady from the UK sent me some beautiful pictures and some light code stuff. So I'm redoing everything that, I don't know, it's an experience now. Everyone gets to experience them. I'm so excited to share unconditional love and see how you guys bloom.
So definitely get a hold of Nicole at Energy Healing by Design, right? .com. And get with her. And you can find me at spiritualrevolutionradio.com to comment, to ask questions, and we'll get them answered for you. You can also find me at Life by Design Institute and find out, or lifebydesign.institute, actually. And you can make an appointment with me there for a consultation and find out what we do for people and how we change their lives. Any last words you want to say in the last few seconds we got here?
I love you.
Perfect. You know what, everybody, that's the message. Everything, love is the essence that we all need. We all need to take with us as we go through this process. With that, love and peace, and have a great holiday. Thank you.
This has been Spiritual Revolution Radio with Dr. Will Miller. For more information or to be a guest, please visit lifebydesign.institute. Join us next week for another edition of Spiritual Revolution Radio with your host, Dr. Will Miller. This has been a production from a podcast studio.